is my second video where I'm talking about some of the pitfalls and challenges of finding yourself working from home when you may not be used to that. It might be something new. Last time I talked about the necessity to have a clear and designated workspace to get your head around the psychology of when you're at work and when you're at home and at leisure or free to do other things. Today I want to talk about how you manage time in that kind of environment. You may have time managed for you by your employer, in which case you will have the challenges of managing your time around other people in your household and their routines and the things they are doing now during this lockdown. If you have autonomy, that can make things a lot easier for you in negotiating your work time around the other people in your household. When I started out in business for myself and was my own boss, I used to say that the best thing about being self-employed was not having anyone telling you what to do, but that the worst thing about being self-employed was having no one to tell you what to do. Managing time can be tricky and is another one where you need to get your head in the space and you need to be disciplined in how you use your time. I found for myself that breaks were particularly tricky things. It's important for our health and well-being that we get up and we move around, that we get a break, that we get regular drinks of water, cups of tea, and of course lunch. I found myself getting frustrated and not realising why I was frustrated, but eventually figured out that during my breaks I was getting caught up in other household chores that I would see needing done. Quite often chores that took longer than a break would normally take. And I found myself at the end of my working day feeling very frustrated because I hadn't reached the goals and targets that I'd set for myself. And then I would take that frustration into my next day. And I found myself in the place where I wasn't doing home life well or work life well because I was allowing them to get too mixed up within one another. Now obviously during this lockdown there is the unusual situation that everyone is in the house together, and for me that's very like what it is like during school holidays, where I have my son in the house at the same time and I have to manage my time around being available to him and being available to my customers and to my painting. Quite often what that meant was that my work days during holidays look very, very different, and my time at work would be at very different times. I would try and make sure that there was a part of my day during the day that I could spend as a family, spend doing family games or going outdoors somewhere together, but that try and be available to my son at some point during the day. Now, he is involved in schoolwork, so I'm managing my time between being available as his homeschool teacher, supporter, manager, and being available to my work. And still in the mix yet again is the whole household chores. So when I am in my office as I am now, I am at work and I am loosely available to my son, but I am not doing chores, and keeping those two things separate is very, very important. So therefore, in this kind of situation where there are maybe pulls on your time, setting aside household chores for when you are at home. If you have children in the mix or other people in your household that you do need to attend to, it is important that you set yourself realistic targets and goals for your day, so that at the end of the day you don't leave work feeling frustrated and that you haven't done enough. So another top tip is managing your time and being very clear within your own thinking. What is my work time and what is my time available to my family and to my household chores? And of course then when you're not at work and you've finished your working day, your leisure time. But please remember to take breaks, to try and manage those breaks quite effectively to get back to work again and not get distracted. That's my top tip for today, and I will be with you again with some other nugget that I come up with. In the meantime, if there is anything you'd like to say in response to my videos or anything you'd like me to address, please leave it in the comments and I will get back to you. It may be that I am not an expert in the particular thing you have to say, but other people out there will be. I hope you're staying safe and I hope you're working efficiently. I'll see you next time.